So I get swarmed with a question that runs through almost everyone's mind that has traded both binary options and regular leverage style Forex, whether that be on MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. And people ask me all the time, Rico, why on earth have you chosen to trade binary options over MT5? I mean, when you think about it, the risk to reward in binaries just ain't it. And it's so much easier to set it and forget it on MT5. Set up some parameters, a stop loss, a take profit, and just let the trade ride out as you enjoy your day and make your money. And although this may be true, and for a lot of people, when it comes to binary options, the math just ain't mathin'. There are pros and cons to every style of trading. And in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the biggest pros and cons that I have identified with binary options. And hopefully, if you are brand new to trading binary options, this can help clarify and clear up the path of vision for you just a little bit on why it is that I trade it and maybe why you should be trading it as well. What's up, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Rico, aka RockStarrFX here, back with another video. And I'm actually kind of excited for this one because this is a topic that I find myself talking about a lot and answering to, especially in the last few years of me trading binary options and making videos like this one here on YouTube. Now, for those of you who are brand new to my channel, I've been trading since 2015. Wasn't always profitable. I started off with the stock market, but I really didn't have a lot of money to be able to really go all in and invest in the stock market, which blessingly I eventually found Forex and started trading on MT4. Now, if you guys know, when it comes to trading Forex in general, you don't really need a lot of capital to be able to come into the market and open up a broker and deposit money into that broker. There are literally brokers out there that allow you to deposit as little as $10 into the broker and start trading. So when I got into Forex, I started liking it. I eventually got into scalping the market, which is the short-term, quick in and out trades. And in 2019, I was introduced to binary options, which literally changed everything for me. Now, the reason why I say this, and I think this is the biggest thing to understand when you're really weighing out, right, and looking at the pros and the cons. I am super aware that there are a lot of cons when it comes to trading binary options. In fact, I can tell you, I mean, I almost sometimes wish that I had the time or I had the ability or even the attention span to trade just regular MT5, because there is a lot of money that can be made in leverage style trading. And even with leverage style trading, I mean, the leverage in itself, I mean, is a huge plus. I mean, being able to leverage, the broker's money, being able to leverage, I mean, even some of these prop firms and funded accounts, that you get access to when you are trading leverage style. But when it came down to making a decision for me, it was really just about lifestyle and what could my life currently go hand in hand with when it came to trading. Now, to be honest with you, when I first got into trading, I never really thought I would be a full-time trader. I never thought I'd be doing these YouTube videos and teaching other people, my experience and what it was that I was able to learn within the trading space. But I just wanted to make some extra money, to be honest with you. I wanted to make money. I wanted to be able to supplement some income, and I did not want to have to rely on a job. I wanted to be able to invest and kind of start my own business, get into real estate and properties and stuff like that. But I didn't have the capital. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, you know what? Why don't we get into trading, see what we can do with this thing, and eventually turn it the up. And when it comes to binary options, everything about binaries absolutely fit my lifestyle to the T. There are a lot of pros when it comes to trading binary options, and one of the very first things that caught my attention was the simplicity of it all. I mean, from starting the broker, getting in and not having to link multiple things. I mean, when you're trading on other styles or other instruments of trading, a lot of the times, your broker account and your trading platform aren't the same. So you got to fund a broker, start a broker, fund a broker, get it verified, and then link that broker to another trading account where you're going to execute all your trades and do all this other stuff. And it was just a lot for me. It was a lot to take in. And just the simplicity of binary options, how literally the broker itself is the platform that you're going to be trading on, that was the first thing that I caught wind of. The next thing was how simple it was altogether. Because it is time-based style of trading, and I'm not really looking for really big moves in the market. A lot of what my trading was in the past when I was trading leverage was, okay, how many pips can I make off of this move, right? What is my risk to reward? Where's my stop loss going to be? Where's my take profit going to be? Is this even worth getting into? And there's a lot of analysis and a lot of time that you have to spend on the charts, especially if you're trading on some of the higher time frames. And when it came to binary options, I learned very quickly that I can throw almost all of that out of the window because it is such a simple style of trading that you don't have to look for really big moves in the market. You can just be 1 point correct and still make your entire payout. Now, if you guys are brand new and not familiar with points, 10 points equals 1 pip. That's right, 10 points equals 1 pip. So while a lot of people are trading leverage style Forex and they're looking for 20, 30, 40 pips in the market, I could be 20 points in profit. which is 2 pips, and I could be deep in profit to the point where I don't even see my entry point anymore. So the analysis that I'm now doing on the charts doesn't have to be as extravagant. I don't have to go all the way up to the daily and the weekly and the 4 hour and the 1 hour. And although all of that may help, because the higher the time frame you go, the more accurate the analysis is going to be, none of that really mattered to me because I was hyper scalping the market. We took scalping to a whole nother level and broke it down bit by bit to the point where we can literally be correct in 3 minutes of whether or not the market was going to go up or going to go down, and I can make just as much on the charts as I did with holding a trade for the next 3, 4, even 5 hours, if not 5 days. So the simplicity is there, and when it comes to strategy, the flexibility in the different styles of trading and the different strategies that you may have is also a very big pro to me, because I always tell people when it comes to trading binary, strategy is probably the smallest thing that you need to understand. And I know a lot of people come in and they go straight to, I need to learn the best strategy, I got to learn the best indicator, I got to do, you know, all these markups and analysis and be the best at support and resistance or whatever the case may be. But even the simplicity of a strategy, if you guys have ever learned from me or joined, you know, with one of my teams, one of my groups, and gotten in on our communities, you know the foundation of our strategy. And we have a lot of people making money on just 3 steps, 3 simple steps that are literally based around 3 indicators. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to become a millionaire just using indicators. Obviously, we know that is not the case. But the fact that I have over the last, 3-4 years, probably hundreds of students, including you guys on YouTube, which kind of bumps it up to the thousands, right? But literally thousands of students that use my 3-step setup and are seeing consistent profit, which is 3 steps, which is 3 indicators, no markups, no support and resistance, no market structure, no reversal patterns, no nothing, just 3 indicators. It goes to show how simple even strategy and how flexible strategy can be when it comes to trading binaries, because again, you don't have to be super accurate in the amount of pips that you're looking to collect or the length that the market is going to move. You just got to be just a little bit correct within a certain period of time, and you have, I mean, just such high potential to just make an obnoxious amount of money. Which brings me to my next point, the fact that you can make a lot of money in such a short period of time. Now, I give it to you. Now, although I am no longer a part of I Am Academy, I gotta pay homage and I gotta give credit where it is due, because if it wasn't for I Am Mastery Academy, I can tell you about 95% of everybody who knows about binary options and is looking to trade binary options or even just get into trading in general. I know for a fact a lot of you guys came from or heard about this from somebody that was in I Am Mastery Academy. And one of the main guys that was there is a guy named Nes V. And Nes Velasquez went on to make over $30 million trading binaries live. Starting off with a $500 account, eventually grew that, and smacked over 30 mil within about 3.5 years. And he did this live on the live stream, so no cap in the rap at all. And what's crazy is that this style of trading really blew up because people started to coin the phrase money in minutes. And you probably heard that before. You probably heard of it, right? But that came from essentially us. We started the whole money in minutes movement, HFX, right? High frequency, right? We started that whole movement, and money in minutes really took off because people were excited about the fact that you can literally make your daily, your weekly, your monthly salary, your monthly wage in just a few minutes of trading binaries. And again, the simplicity of how easy it was for people to just come in, be able to get a simple strategy, get some steps put into their, to their strategy and what it is that they look for in the markets. Just really simple stuff. And you could come in and you could place a 5-minute trade, a 3-minute trade, a 15-minute position, and make an obnoxious amount of money in a short period of time. This is where most people look at binaries and say, man, this could really be it for me. So when you're looking at the simplicity of the style of trading, you're looking at the high earning potentials, and you're looking at just in general how flexible it is with the different strategies. I mean, it doesn't matter what strategy you trade. I guarantee you can make money with any strategy. There are some strategies that people say, hey, you know what? This is only going to work for the stock market. This is only going to work for trading, indices in US 30. This is only going to work with trading GU or EU. There are some strategies that are really narrowed down to a specific category of specific pairs. But when it comes to binary options, I truly do believe that any strategy works as long as, again, you can just be correct. So when it comes to the simplicity, when it comes to the flexibility, when it comes to the high earning potential, I mean, all of the pros are absolutely there when it comes to trading binary options. Now, last but not least, this is one more thing. Now, this is kind of like a double-edged sword for a lot of people, but the limited risk exposure when it comes to binary options is what I believe also contributes how much people are coming in brand new and actually making money and able to flip accounts within a short period of time because of that limited risk exposure. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when it comes to binaries, we know it is an all or nothing style of trading. That's right. That means you put a set amount. So you have a fixed risk and you have a fixed reward before you even place that buy or sell button. It is fixed. So you know there's no emotions that can be put into that trade. You can't get excited and say, I'm going to hold it for longer, or move your stop loss because it came down a little bit and end up risking more than you were hoping to risk, right? It's all fixed. And once you place that trade, that's it. You can't move it. You can't go back. You can't switch it up. It's a done deal. Now, double-edged sword, because for some people, we already know a lot of the times these brokers are offering out percentages, and the percentages for the reward is usually a little bit smaller than what it is that you're risking, right? So the risk reward is almost a little bit upside down. But the way that I look at it, if you go ahead, it's more controlled, because if you go ahead and you put $100 account, say you're someone that wants to come in and you want to start small, and you put $100 account, it's a lot easier for you to look at a dollar amount and say, you know what, I'm only gonna risk $5 per trade. So you know from the very jump, the most you can risk in a single trade is gonna be $5. And you're doing the math on that. There's so much potential, there's so much that you can lose before you actually blow that account. In fact, if you have a $100 account and you're risking $5, you would have to lose 20 times in a row in order to blow that account. Whereas when you're trading leverage, I mean, you can put the stop loss in the wrong spot, you can set the wrong lot size, and you can end up blowing a $100 account in just about 4 to 5 trades. Some of y'all are blowing it even sooner, right? One trade in and you can put a stop loss, and you know what I'm saying? It just goes the complete opposite way. So the limited risk exposure is another big pro to trading binaries. For me personally, it really is about the amount of time that I spend on the charts, and the fact that I can, like I said before, come in, spend about 30 or maybe 40 minutes on the chart in the morning or at night and make a couple $100 and just be done. I don't have to do an extravagant multiple time frame analysis or anything like that. I trade the 5-minute and the 3-minute. Sometimes I'll look at the 15-minute one time frame up, and sometimes I'll look at the 1 minute, a few time frames down. But I never really go beyond that. It is just so unnecessary for me. And in my opinion, for my lifestyle and how it is that I run my day on a day-to-day, having that flexibility and having the ability to get on and get off just like that and make a lot of money is all that I need to say binary options is for me. All in all, if you're someone that likes simplicity, flexibility, and just the ease of getting on and getting off the charts while making or having the potential to make a high return in just a few minutes, I think binary options could be something that you explore a little bit more into. But you gotta be willing to get over the hurdles, and you gotta be able to understand that there is gonna be cons in almost everything that you do. Now, one of the biggest, absolutely biggest cons when it comes to trading binary options, you guys have seen me do a few videos about this. I mean, it's something that can essentially be avoided if you just dig a little bit of research, is gonna be the lack of regulations and transparency. That's right, most of these brokers out here are just sketchy. Now, this isn't really something that you can avoid when it comes to trading binary options, because especially if you're in the United States, there's really only one regulated broker, and that is Nadex. That's like the biggest one that everyone knows about that's regulated in the binary option space. But the problem with Nadex is that they do not provide turbo trading, which is why most people choose to trade binary options in the first place, is to be able to trade in and out positions and have that market execution to be in for a couple of minutes and then be done. So again, the lack of regulations or the regulatory brokers is a big thing, because we all know that if you really want your money to be safe, the safest route to go is going to be a regulated broker. And that is also, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. Whereas if you don't really have a broker that's regulated, then you're trading on a broker that doesn't have to follow any rules, and they kind of do their own thing, which comes to transparency. There's usually some withdrawal issues. You usually got customer support that doesn't really care too much. They whether or not they help you, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. If there's any issues, there might be brokers where you have to spend a lot of time trying to get that issue fixed. And there are a lot of brokers who will literally fight you to the very end to keep your money and not let you withdraw. But if you did a little bit of research, this can all be avoided. If you guys haven't done so already, you can check out the video that I have right over here. We got a card on the screen. Check out this card, because this card is going to direct you to a video that I did about how to avoid some of the biggest binary options withdrawal issues, or just avoid these brokers in general. So check that out. Now, aside from having to worry about the scam and fraudulent brokers not giving you your money, I mean, the high potential of losing your money is also a really big issue. The fact that pretty much every trade that you place is going to have an upside down risk to reward. So we know with a lot of these brokers, they all give you your payouts in percentages. So you can risk, $10, but the most you're going to make out of that $10 is usually going to be anywhere from 70 to 85% of that total risk. So you're really making out of the $10, you're making about $7 to $8.50. There is never ever going to be a trade, unless you're trading contracts on like Nadex, for example, but there's never a turbo turbo trading binary options broker where you're gonna have 100% payout. It just is not going to happen. And even if you get like 95 and above, chances are you're trading OTC, and OTC in itself is also a little bit sketchy. So the fact that you're placing an all or nothing trade and you can't really manage that risk to reward with, you know, setting up certain parameters, I mean, that in itself is a big reason why most people would prefer to trade leverage, because you can put a 20 pip stop loss with the potential to make maybe 60 to 100 pips on your take profit, and we all know that risk to reward is so much litter than having the fixed 70 to 85% payout. But again, everything comes with pros and cons, because to get that 60 to 100 pips, you have to pretty much be assured that the market is gonna move 60 to 100 pips, and that's where a much longer or much bigger analysis might have to come in play, and you might have to learn more tricks. Gotta add more tricks to your arsenal to get a little bit better at understanding the markets and getting those big moves, so the simplicity is thrown straight out the window with leverage. It's just not a very simple style of trading. And last but not least, and this is probably one of the biggest, absolute biggest pet peeves of mine, it's like it annoys the crap out of me. I cannot stand it. This one thing might be the reason why I end up stop trading binaries, and that is the lack of trading opportunities. As you guys know by now, I do not trade OTC. I cannot stand trading OTC because it's not real market prices, and I don't like to be unpredictable when it comes to my trading. I trade to win, not to lose. And the lack of trading opportunities absolutely kills me, because not only does some of these brokers not really give you a full range of all the assets in which you can trade, but on top of that, you also have to be very careful with the percentages that they're paying out. I personally never take a trade on any currency pair that's trading less than 70% at the time that I'm trading. And a lot of the times I'll get on the charts and there's only about 2, maybe 3 pairs. Out of all the pairs in the world, about 3 pairs that are trading over 70% that are not OTC. And sometimes this can be so annoying, because I can be looking at a currency pair that it's trading 70%, and I'm marking up my chart and I'm waiting for that entry, and I'm waiting, and finally it's time to execute the trade. I look over at the broker, and for whatever reason it's no longer trading at 70 and it dropped down to 56%, and I'm like, oh my god, I just spent all that time waiting for this setup. I thought this was my last trade for the day, but I guess not. We're back to the drawing board, and that absolutely sucks. But for my lifestyle and the way that I'm currently trading, I just so believe that all of the pros of trading binaries and tapping into money in minutes outweighs the cons by like 150%. And if you just dig a little bit of research in the brokers that you're going ahead and you're depositing your money in, and you set up a proper trading plan to be able to manage that risk, not really manage the percentage, but manage the risk, and know how much you're willing to risk, you know, for every trade that you get into, and put together maybe some kind of trading plan that maybe you're stacking profits. I got a fire profit stacking strategy that a lot of our students are using that literally is flipping account after account after account. And it's so fire because after just one trade, you're now increasing your position size, and you're only risking the profits that you just made and stacking those profits trade after trade after trade, compounding that account, and you're literally probably doing 20, 40, sometimes even 80% in a single day of your overall account, and you're risking almost nothing from your actual account balance. So if you guys want a video on that and you want me to break that down a little bit more, let me know down in the comment section below, because that might be some good information for y'all, especially if you're just starting out in trading. But all in all, that's my take on it, man. My pros, my cons. I don't really have that many cons, to be honest with you. I love binary options, and it's not to say that I would never trade leverage style forex again. In fact, you guys probably seen on my Instagram that I do trade leverage every now and then when I get bored. But again, it really does depend on the phase I am in my life. If I know I'm very busy and I don't have a lot of time, it is easier for me to just set up a trade, get a nice setup, and just forget about it, place it, forget it, come back to it later, fingers crossed, open up MT5 and hope for blue screens. But when I'm really focused in and I'm like, yo, we about to run this up, man, binary options is it all the way. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your pros and cons to trading binary options? What do you like about leverage? What do you like about binaries? What do you hate about leverage? What do you hate about binaries? Let me know down in the comment section below. This your boy Rico, aka RockStarrFX. I'm out. Peace.